Reality. Reality receipts.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Reality Receipts podcast starring me, Storytime with Ricky.
And me, Reality Ashley. And we were just talking about if you didn't listen to our last episode, we started a new segment that we're calling the Receipt Report. And we had a little sound effect going on that. But for some reason, it sounded amazing when we did it. But then the recording, I think because it's like a weird sound, it like just basically changed it into like a high-pitched screeching noise. So we apologize for that because it was too late. We didn't know it sounded that way till we listened to it back. So so we're still going to do the receipt report today. We're going to do it at the start of every episode, but we're not going to do a sound effect until we can find something that doesn't make a screeching noise. So
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Sorry, our bad.
our bad. We're still learning all of these technical things, and we got our intro song going now, but apparently sound effects is just a step too far for us to figure out. So receipt report, no sounds yet, but just imagine a receipt printing. Eventually it'll be a good sound effect. But we mentioned this last time, but obviously Michelle had unfollowed her boyfriend Aaron from the Valley. Now it's confirmed they're broken up. We reached out to Michelle to see if she would talk to us, but I haven't heard back yet. She's probably getting a lot of those requests right now. What do you think happened? It must have been something pretty abrupt, I would say, to because they just moved in together. Like when you're living with someone and it's a fight, you might give it some time before the unfollow and the remove from feed. So what do you think happened?
I have
Cheating?
no idea. Cheating, maybe. Like, I feel like maybe she caught him cheating, which I don't know why I think that, but that's just where my mind goes. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Well,
cheater,
we did
cheater.
hear, yeah, on the show, remember, there was some overlap, I think, between her and that Jenna girl, obviously. But I think Michelle had her own situation going on with the divorce, so maybe he didn't consider that cheating. But yeah, it seems like they moved in together in May, and then I'm sure maybe some people have come out of the woodwork now that they know the timeline too of their relationship.
Yeah.
Now that they're saying they've been together for a year, and there might have been some coming to you as a woman messages for
Yeah.
Michelle. So yeah, we don't have any details yet, but when we get some, we'll let you guys know because they are apparently about to start filming season
Okay.
3. So interesting timing, but I'm sure she was like, let me get out of this now so he doesn't get any more screen time on my behalf. So
Yeah, we don't want to see him on the screen anyway. Like, I don't know
no.
what's up with this. Like, I paid a lot of attention to it this episode because you said it was sometimes, and I'm like, no, it's all the time. And it really is all the time. He's just like permanently got eyes like that, which I mean is not
Yeah.
his fault. But if he's doing something else and that is making it his fault, then it's just not a helpful combination. It's just like so bad.
No. No, I have seen some people point out that I think it is like a symptom of Hashimoto's or thyroid, something to do with that. But obviously, we don't want to diagnose somebody. Maybe I've seen people go on shows before and they get something pointed out to them and they didn't even know they had the condition, and it helps them, go to the doctor. But again, we've seen other men on shows right now be accused of it, and it's more caused by their partying. So I don't know if this is like a medical thing. We don't want to make fun of that, but yeah, it
Yeah.
seems like whenever he's at these parties, it's just like he's a little he might be too
Like
good of friends with
I think
Jax.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's the thyroid thing because
Yeah.
not to diagnose like you said, but like it's either that or maybe it's like genetic, like maybe his family has big eyes, but it's just it's noticeable. I notice it in
Yeah.
every episode. So
Yeah, there's definitely something going on with him. And also people have pointed out maybe it was fun for him when it was sneaking around, but now she's moved in, obviously she has a daughter, that might be a bit of a shock for him. So
yeah,
it's sad when there's kids involved now. Obviously her daughter has gone through 2 move outs in a year, which is a lot. I wish she wouldn't maybe have moved in, but they did seem good and happy on the show. So I'll
yeah.
have to stay tuned for the tea of what happened. Another breakup in the Valley. I don't know if you heard this, but Britt was on Watch What Happens Live, and her man are no more. She's single as a Pringle, she said. So
Oh, did she say what happened?
She did not give any details. She looked like she wanted to. She had something to say about it, but she didn't say what happened. So obviously we interviewed Zach like maybe a month ago, and he
Yeah.
said he had met him. So like we thought it seemed a little serious, like he was meeting the friends, but no, he's no more. So
No more. Okay. Well, another one bites the dust, I guess.
I feel like she needs someone not in the entertainment industry. Maybe
Right.
just like a nice like mortgage broker or something.
Better ask Janet to hook her, like find some of
Yes.
Jason's friends, hook her up with one of Jason's friends that is not in their circle.
Yeah, like a lawyer or something. I agree. Somebody that
Yeah.
has no reason to be on camera, no stake in it, because you never can tell what their intentions really are. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's probably what happened. Either that or he also wasn't being faithful because we did when we made some clips of Zach saying he had met him and we put his name out there. So I don't know. Like I think it was pretty common. There was a lot of articles saying his name and that he was her man. So
Okay.
who knows what she heard. But yeah, she needs to stay away from he was a singer, right? So not that all singers or entertainment men are bad, but maybe not a good choice for Brittany for now. So
Definitely not good. No, no,
no,
they're definitely
not
more
going
red
well.
flaggy than a regular guy.
Yeah. So what about you had some Love Island something going on?
Just that people online are I guess Taylor and Clark were on a live last night. Oh, and for everyone thinking that Olandria and Clark weren't getting along because of the Keke Palmer interview. Again, it was a little outdated. They are together somewhere this weekend. Clark went on live and Olandria and Taylor were in the back. And Taylor and Clark actually did a live together and people were like concerned because he kept like pushing her head out of the frame in like a joking, playful manner. But I think it was enough to where people in the comments were like, stop pushing her head, stop pushing her head. I personally don't like when somebody does that to me, and it's an ick for me and it irritates me. And he did
Yeah.
do it like a lot of times. Like he did it like 7 or 8 times. And I think it seemed like maybe he was, I mean, clearly he was joking. He wasn't doing it in an aggressive way, but it's like once is like, oh, it's funny, haha, but then it's like 7 or 8 times it's not funny. And she kept saying, oh, you're gonna get me banned, you're gonna get me banned. So it seemed like he kept doing it because she was telling him to stop because he was gonna get her banned. But
Yeah.
it's just, I think Taylor has a really interesting like playful side. I think we've seen him do it in the villa and we've seen him do it now where he kind of like, oh, that's why no one likes you. Or maybe the
Yeah.
flies are coming around you because you stink. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like,
It's
oh, I can't
annoying.
be a kid. I can't, you know what I mean? So he has like a very interesting way. Because even on the live, he said something along the lines of Clark fell because she was always wearing busted heels in the villa. Like, and again, it's like, why are you trying to say things to embarrass the girl? But it was
Yeah.
the head mushing. He was mushing her, and people
Ugh.
aren't happy about it. So
No, that's like a little brother energy, not sexy boyfriend energy.
yeah,
Like I think a little bit of that playfulness is fun in a relationship, but yeah, if he seems to like that's like really
overdo
all
it.
he has. Yeah, that's like his main thing. It must be hard coming out of that villa as a couple because they have financially so many reasons to stay together. Like obviously Taylor and Clark did an Arby's ad and they're like getting a lot of deals together. But what if you get out of that villa and you hang out and you're like, "Ugh, I do not like this person." Like they know if they announce a breakup right now, like they're gonna lose a lot of money, they're gonna lose a lot of credibility. People are gonna think, oh, you just did it for fame. So
Yeah.
I think maybe what we're seeing on the live is like how they really feel about each other right now, but then they gotta keep it together because we don't see that kind of dynamic between like Serena and Cordell or Leah and Miguel. They definitely seem to genuinely like each other. They're not
I mean,
mushing
she seemed
heads.
to like genuinely like she seemed to like look like it was just playful.
Yeah, so she didn't
Like
mind.
she didn't seem like she did like kind of be like, oh, she was like, stop, like I'm gonna fight you, like stop. I said stop, like, but then
Mhm.
like they did like a embrace and like she's like hugging him and he's like making faces at the camera because her back's
Mhm.
to the camera. So she seemed like it was
Fine.
like playful and fun, but I think like I said, like the first time he did it, I was like, okay, whatever. But then it's like when I kept seeing like he kept doing it, I was like, okay, like that's annoying. I could see how that
Yeah.
could be. But hey, maybe she likes it. Not my pig,
Yeah.
not my farm.
Yeah, maybe she must be into that. I think Olandria would not be into that at all, and that's why they didn't really mesh well, but
Yeah,
maybe that's Clark's thing. So I did see
yeah,
Jeremiah was on live the other night. I caught some of it, but no tea. They're not really big tea spillers, this
yeah,
cast. The comments were saying Huda so much that he eventually had to filter it, and he was laughing because I think like 2 or 5,000 people left the live once they couldn't write Huda anymore. So it was funny that people are like, not funny, it must be really annoying, but yeah, her fans like on his live is kind of embarrassing. Like, I barely want to watch the live, but I wanted the tea. Like, why are you watching his live if you don't like him? Because all he was doing was singing and just talking about his life. So yeah, it was just funny. I don't think, obviously it hasn't been that long, but he's not gonna stop getting asked about Huda for a while, I think.
Yeah, it's annoying because they'll sit there and say, "Oh, you don't talk about anything else but
Yeah.
her," and
Hmm.
even her, she's like, "Oh, you have to talk about me to stay relevant." Like she's got a chip on
Yeah.
her shoulder, but it's like she was a main part of his experience in the villa. So when you're talking about Love Island, like that is going to be the main thing that comes up.
Yeah.
But now they're out of the villa. He wants to talk about his book club and everything else that he's doing. So
Hmm.
I could see how that could be annoying. He doesn't have to worry about that until the reunion.
Yes. Yeah, I think they're equally being asked about each other,
Yeah.
obviously. It's like they were each
Yeah.
other's main couple. So, yeah, I think they're going to have to talk about it at the reunion. So that will be interesting. But they're really holding the tea in until then. So it is good. I guess it gives us a reason to watch. Usually, sometimes they come out of these shows and go on podcasts and spill everything. It's like, what are we going to watch the reunion for? But I feel like we actually do have a lot of questions still. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no more interviews really this week. I thought we were probably gonna have a bunch drop every day, but since Olandria and Shelly that and Jeremiah with boyfriend material, that was really it for the week. So I'm surprised. I think they're locking it down till the reunion now,
For
probably.
sure. For sure. I think so too. I think so too. And
Yeah.
trying to get some of them some media training, much needed
Yeah.
media training. They're like,
Okay.
actually, we shouldn't have sent you out there
Yeah.
like that. Let's reel this
You're
back
not
in.
ready. You're not
You're
ready
not
yet.
ready. Yeah.
Well, should we get into the You want to start with the Valley?
Yeah, let's start with Valley.
Okay, we're talking about the Valley finale, season 2, episode 15. So it's the end already. Although it does feel like it's been a long season. Like I was ready for it to come to a close. So it started off with Lala made an appearance with her
Yeah.
brand new baby, and they were talking about maybe Michelle having another baby with Aaron, which obviously is not going to happen now. I wonder if any of the stuff, like, because the timing is interesting that they would break up right after the finale airs. So I wonder
Right.
if any of these conversations caused it. But it, like I said, it doesn't feel like it was just something like a big difference of opinion. Like, are we having a baby? Are we going to get married eventually? Because it was so abrupt. So I don't
Yeah.
think it had anything to do with babies or marriage. But
Yeah. No.
what did you think? Oh, did you think it's weird that Brittany's talking about how like she's not gonna let Jax see Cruz for a while, and like usually you don't really have an option to do that unless there's like a court order, right? So why do you think Lala said like you have him by the balls? Like why does she have that option? Because of this incident where he threw something at her?
I
Do you think
think
it's that?
that, and because of his drug use, yeah.
Yeah.
Like she has a valid reason for keeping Cruz away from him. And I think that if he pushes it, he knows that he's going to lose in court or having to take a drug test. And then he's going to lose his parental rights entirely, I think. That's why.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't know how it is in the States, obviously. Like, I know in Canada, it is really hard to get someone's parental rights taken away. Like, it
Oh,
takes a lot.
it's not
Is
that
it?
hard out here.
Oh, really? Like, I don't like it.
It's really kind of easy, especially for moms. You know what I mean?
Really?
Especially when there's something like drug use
Hmm.
involved. Like he can't even pass a drug test. So,
Yeah. So it's that simple. You just say, he
oh,
just,
if it's drug test, if they do a drug test and he failed it, yeah, they would strip him of his parental rights. Yeah, it's
yeah, I
got to be
almost feel like Yeah, I almost feel like at this point that is something she needs to do. Like, you know what I mean? He needs to hit a rock bottom. I don't think any of this has been a rock bottom for him. I think her saying like, "Okay, don't do drugs and I'll let you see him." I think he needs like drug testing. I think he needs actual like something court ordered. I don't think he's been listening. We don't even know if he really went to rehab. I think he needs something like official put in place, but
Yeah.
I don't know what she's waiting for. I did see him do or he did his own podcast. I saw a clip and he said it is just a pause, which is what we talked about on our last podcast. He said, like, it's just this season. They said, I need to take a little break. Like, he fully thinks he's coming back. So that's how they're like calming him down, I think. I don't know if it's
Yeah.
legit. I think if
They're
next
breadcrumbing
season.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you'll be back and you're going to come back with a bang. And then it's like next season, they're going to be like, okay, just take one more season.
Yes, I fully agree. They're going to use it as a way to keep him behaved, which he needs. So I think they'll say like, yeah, you just be good on the off season. You're not on this season, but don't do anything crazy and we'll bring you back. And then I think if it does well without him next season, they probably won't bring him back because he's such a liability. So
Yeah.
I've seen talk of Sandoval's coming in his place, Sheena. So I don't know. They're starting filming apparently any day now. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I mean, it's just Vanderpump Rules 2.0.
Yeah.
They were
I know
just
if they
filming at the Valley.
Yeah, if they bring Schwartz, Sandoval, Sheena, all of them on full time, like it is just Vanderpump.
It's just
So
Vanderpump. But even, and then Katie's going to be back. And then
yeah,
the only person not coming back is Ariana because
bigger and better
she's
things
on
for
to
her.
bigger and better things. Yeah. She doesn't need Vanderpump or the Valley anymore.
Yeah. So then the boys have a little scene at Jax's condo. Let's call it a condo to piss him off, but apparently it's
It's a
townhouse.
townhouse.
Yeah. I know. I feel like he's embarrassed of it, but I'm like, I don't know. It's a pretty nice
It's
townhouse. Like,
nice. It's very nice.
yeah, I feel like having stairs is like he was acting like embarrassed by the stairs, but I'm like, I think that's like a good thing. Like having stairs in that means you got levels. Like that's good.
Yeah, and it's 4 levels. I mean,
Hmm.
it's a very nice place. I don't know
And
what.
the roof
Yeah,
there is so
yeah,
cool.
yeah,
Not that I want to give him any props, but I'm like, that doesn't seem like that bad of a place to live. I think obviously he's only there because Schwartz is next door. So
for sure.
I love
For
how he
sure.
was like, Schwartz will help out. And I'm like, help with what? I don't know
Help
what.
with what? Help with what? And why is Jack so obsessed with Danny? Like, why are you guys just talking about Danny while he's not there at your party? Like, and then Jason's just hopping on the Danny train because Janet and Danny and Nia have issues. It was such a weird scene. I'm like, he's almost like trying to pick another villain in the group and being like, let's
Yeah.
focus on this guy so everyone can leave me alone.
Yeah, and of all the people to pick, Danny, like, he's not a villain at all. So I don't know. He has been talking about this since before they started filming last year, how Danny isn't really how he seems and he's really not a good guy. And so they've been obsessed with exposing him.
What do
And
you think about him alleging that Danny has gotten thrown out of his bar for drinking and filling up women twice?
so I do remember Jax talking about this last summer, right before they started recording. I posted a clip on my page from his podcast. He was talking about this incident where Danny was kicked out of the bar. So I do think, like, I don't think even Jax would just make this up out of thin air, right? Like, I do think Danny gets maybe blackout drunk and has had to leave a bar probably a lot of times in his life. But like, I still don't think that means, like, I don't know who cares? You know what I mean? Like, okay, he got blackout drunk. Like, yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
but what
thing, but
about the feeling on girls' part? Do you think that was just some razzle dazzle that Jax added in there because it happened once with Jasmine?
well, I would think so. Jasmine's in the group, right? Jasmine knows his wife. So if he was comfortable kind of grabbing on Jasmine, then probably it is something he does. But do I think he has like a malicious intent behind it? No, I think he's drunk and, some people are like that. Doesn't make it
Panty, yeah.
okay. But like, yeah, like I think he's just not being like trying to assault them or like take them home or do anything bad. But I think when he's in a group of people drinking, he might be like,
Man.
grabby. Like, just when we were at this party this week, we saw a few people who were handsy. Like, you see them put their arm around this person, grab this person, and you're like, oh, are they a thing? Or is that just how they are, right? Like, I think it's just how Danny is when he's drunk, and obviously being married with 4 kids, like you can't really just be like that. And
Yeah.
eventually you will just put your hand on the wrong person. Not that anyone wants that, but there's probably some people who are like, oh, who cares? Yeah, you have your arm around my waist, or like you
Yeah.
touched me, and other people who are like, I'm very uncomfortable by that, right? So
Yeah.
I think either way, even if he's just been doing this once in a while, it is good that it's being brought to his attention that like you can't really do that.
Yeah.
And I think obviously Jax is just fixating on this because he's tired of being like the bad guy, but I
Mhm.
don't think you can compare Jax and everything he's done to this. It's just not the
Yeah,
same.
and there's nothing really else to fixate on, right? Like
Yeah.
you can't fixate. I mean, they've been trying to fixate on Jason in this ring, which is so ridiculous. We're still talking about it in the season finale, and you can't really fixate on Jesse anymore because he's turned over a new leaf. So it's like I guess the only person turned over a new leaf. I say that with quotes, but
Yeah.
then the only person left is Danny, like,
Yeah.
so it's all he's got, really.
And it does seem like it was just a mission of Jax's from before the season started. And I think it came from, I really think it was something maybe from Britt. I think they had this conversation where Nia or someone, this whole we're protected thing, right? So Nia or somebody said, like, we're protected or we're the favorites, something to that effect. And that really pissed off Jax and Brittany because they're airing out their full dirty, nasty
Yeah.
laundry for everyone looking like fools, which
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
your
we've seen
life.
a little bit at the end, but we'll get there. We've
Yeah,
seen a little bit of this, like, yeah, they are keeping it cute. Like, they are very hyper aware. Well, at least Nia is.
totally. And I've thought that from the start. I could definitely see why this is pissing off your cast. You're on a reality show. You have to show your life. And we saw multiple times Nia last season, as soon as Danny got drunk, being like, we got to get out of here, and immediately cutting off. And that is a great wife, but not necessarily a great reality star, right? Because it's not fair. If every single person there had a handler that was like, stop, we gotta leave because you're being this or you're being that, there wouldn't be a show. So I
Right.
get it. Like me and Danny get to be on the show, get to get the paycheck, get to be around the drama, be the favorites. Everybody loves them, but in reality, they're probably getting off camera having massive fights about his drinking. So like I do see their point. They just went about it so wrong that it has
Yeah.
made us defend them. When
Yeah.
they could have, if they would have all just shut their mouths, and we would have seen these moments this season that we've seen, like at the end of this episode where you see her be like, that was on camera, and like, not being authentic. Yeah, then I think people would
Yeah,
have
he's
called
like,
them out.
yeah, that was on camera. This was on camera.
Yeah,
Everything's on camera.
like
And she's like,
that's the point.
I know, I know. Shh.
Yeah. I think if everyone would have just focused on their own stuff, the viewers would have eventually called out Nia and Danny because, yeah, we would have seen, they've had quite a few of these moments on camera where Nia's like, stop and faking things. So I think they went so hard at them that it makes us defend them and be like, what you guys are doing to them isn't right. Like the punishment isn't fitting the crime. You guys are
Right.
being so hard on them now that we're like, it's not a big deal. Whereas if they were
Yeah.
just ignoring it, we would all be like, whoa, what's happening with this couple? Like, why is
Yeah.
she so, what is she so scared of him doing and saying on camera? She obviously knows there's sides to him that could come out and make them look really bad, or she wouldn't
Yeah.
be so nervous. But
Yeah.
yeah,
For
they've
sure.
all been so hard on them that we're like, who cares? It's
Not
not a
that
big
serious.
deal.
Yeah, like leave
Yeah.
them alone. Worry about your own shit. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. So speaking of Jesse turning a new leaf, what did you think of his little crying scene?
I exactly that eye roll. It's just kind of like, oh God, Jesse, we're still doing this. Nobody feels bad. Nobody cares. Like, you brought this upon yourself. Like, I'm glad
Yeah.
you and Michelle are getting along now, but he's so still in love with her. Like,
Yeah.
and honestly, I don't know, but during their conversation, was it me or did I see she was tearing up a bit when he was crying?
Yeah, they definitely had an energy in that conversation that was very interesting, and I was kind of wondering if that has a part in this breakup with Aaron and Michelle. Like, I don't know if he saw what we saw, but definitely you could sense we've thought this all season. There's so much hatred or anger between them that there has to be a lot of feelings still.
I thought I saw it on Jesse's end, but not hers. But this episode, I was like, huh.
Yeah.
I feel like I see it on hers too.
Yeah, I feel like he is very manipulative and that she should be concerned. Like I said, I think he would get close with Aaron just to destroy them. And I don't know if he's succeeded in that. I don't know if he has anything to do with this breakup, but him being nice is concerning. I feel like he has ulterior motives, but she seemed to be receptive to it. So imagine they're back together and that's their storyline for season 3. That would be so wild.
That would be.
I couldn't see that, but you never know. I mean, I think a lot of the issues in their marriage, it doesn't seem to be that they lacked feelings for each other. It seems to be he was not doing a lot of things that she needed, and maybe losing her has changed him. Who knows? But
who knows? That would be crazy. I don't know about that one.
No, I think she needs to be on her own for a while. That's what she needs.
For sure. For sure. She jumped from her marriage to this boyfriend. So, and she's had a tough year with her mom.
Yeah.
So
I know you definitely can't, like, I think moving in maybe was just too fast for them, and she needs time on her own to process everything. Sure. Divorce, death, like that's a lot. So
yeah, for sure. I agree.
Yeah. So then Kristen talked about her infertility worries, but obviously she's got her baby now, so it does feel like not pointless. It's very helpful, I'm sure, for a lot of people, but now that we know the outcome, it's like less it doesn't really have the effect. Yeah, because you're like, you're
because
fine.
It's a sad topic. I have some friends who are going through the same thing, but thankfully Kristen is with child.
Yeah, and probably gives hope to people that are in the same position, like watching her worry and struggle and then seeing her have this happy outcome. So I'm sure people appreciated seeing that, but we didn't see her find out she was pregnant, unfortunately.
Yeah, that would have been nice. That would have been nice because right at the reunion, I think we're getting a 3-part reunion. So she's just pregnant at the reunion. And it's like, we didn't even get to see her.
Right. They should have done like a pickup. I wonder why they didn't do
they might show that at the reunion, though, the moment that her and Luke find out. That might be like,
or maybe in season 3. Yeah, I hope they did pick up cameras or something for it, but maybe because it was so unplanned, like she wasn't even expecting to get a positive test, because it wasn't like, if you're trying for so long, I think maybe you wouldn't want to be like getting that moment on camera because
because if it comes out, I'm sure there's been so many moments where they do it and it comes out not positive and then they're just sad,
Yeah. But I think her and Nia are only like 5 days. We're only like 5 days apart or something for their conception. So I feel like as soon as cameras went down and all the stress was over, it was like, okay, baby city now. So
yeah.
So what did you think of Zach and Benji together? They're cute.
They're cute. Yeah, they're super cute, funny. They have good banter.
Mm-hmm. Do you think he's in love with his ex-husband?
Yes, I was just about to say that. Like, I don't know how I felt about that conversation, that he didn't want the divorce and that his ex wanted the divorce and he was still very much in love with him. And I think Zach's like, oh, well, once they get divorced, like, we can get married. And it just doesn't seem like marriage is in the near future for Benji. Again, usually it's not, right? When you get divorced, you want some time to like, not be married before you jump into something else. So maybe that's a discussion they need to have to make sure they're on the same page, because I was definitely getting like, I don't know about this. Like, I don't know that they want the same things. What did you think?
No, Zach is kind of like the rebound, we're finding out, which is a hard position to be in. Like, obviously that's what Aaron was to Michelle, and now it hasn't worked out. So hopefully Benji has taken the time he needs, because you kind of need to like get over the divorce, process it, and then start something new. But I don't know. Zach has become my favorite this season. He keeps it funny and light, even though he got a little crazy in the party at the end. But it's like, he just he's the comic relief that we need this season, because no one else is really bringing that. So
nobody else is funny. That's Nobody else is funny. Everyone's so serious, quite boring. Like,
Yeah, we need more Zacks on this cast because Jax is not funny at all. He's opposite. He's scary. So did
Jax isn't
you,
funny. Michelle is boring. Jasmine's boring. Like, her
Janet?
Janet is like trying really hard to be a villain, but at least she's given us something. She's not boring, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So
What did
Jesse's
you?
not funny. Like they
No.
all just
Yeah, we need some more entertainment from them. So maybe
which I
bringing
think
the
we're
Van.
gonna get it. We're gonna get it with Sheena.
Yeah,
Sheena threw
Sheena.
her whole husband under the bus just to get back on a show. So Sheena's gonna
Oh
get the people
man.
what they want.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of posts about her book today now that it's out and like the whole letter that Brock wrote her and like yeah, they're just airing it all out there. So
I seen something like, and I didn't read the whole article, but like, did she say something about like expecting Ariana to reach out to her or something like that?
she said that Ariana has not reached out to her yet. So,
Yeah, and that
but
she
yeah, I'm like,
wanted her to. Like, why would she?
yeah, I'm like, if you're not good enough friends that you told her this personally and she found out in the news with the rest of us, I'm sure she feels. I don't even know if she cares, to be honest, but
You
I
ain't
wouldn't be like,
care. I'm like, dude, does anybody care? Does anybody out there care that Brock cheated on Sheena? I don't think it had the impact and the effect she thought it was going to have. I don't know. I don't care.
no, I think if she wants the Ariana treatment, she has to break up with Brock. You can't stay with him. We don't want to see this. So we don't want to see them together. It just seems so fake and silly now. So
Yeah.
if she wants that moment, then she can't stay with him. She wants like the best of both. So she wants to throw him under the bus, be the victim, but then also be married to him and have him like be in this fame and shows with her. It's weird. Like if Ariana would have stayed with Tom, like it wouldn't have turned out the way it did. So I
Yeah,
don't
it's
like.
kind of crazy to see like where Ariana came from to where she's at now. And it's like she
Mhm.
probably would never ever date somebody like Tom Sandoval. It's
No.
probably laughable at this point that she dated him for so long. It's like,
Right?
what was I
It's
thinking?
it's so hard to imagine and such a good lesson for the people listening. Like sometimes that happens where you date someone and break up and you think it's like the end of your world and then you look back a few years later and you're like, what the hell was I thinking? Like
That's gonna be me
we're
with
not
all.
on the same
That's gonna
level.
be me with all my exes. Like,
Yeah.
why was I so hung up on this guy? Like,
Yeah.
ew.
Yeah. So if you're going through a breakup, just think in a couple of years I'm gonna be embarrassed for myself. So maybe it's
Not
a
even a
good
couple
thing.
of years, maybe even a year. Like, look,
Yeah.
Ariana's life changed so fast, around so fast. So
Yeah, so then we got into the Zen party, which was a silly name for this party because it
it
was
was
not Zen.
it was the most unzen party I've ever witnessed. There shouldn't have been alcohol at a Zen party. They should have maybe just served like green tea or something.
Yeah, tea and a very calming environment. Not, yeah, this was not the group of people to do Zen with at all. That's a restaurant in LA?
Yamashiro is a
Oh,
restaurant. Yeah.
that
Mhm.
looked really pretty.
It's very nice. I've been there a few times.
Nice place for a lot of fighting. So
Right. Right.
first we saw Jax and Brittany have a little chit chat. So he is scary. I don't know. He just has
He's
so much
exhausting.
rage.
He's
Yeah.
exhausting. It's like it starts out in one, like it seems like it's going okay, seems like it's going good, and then it just completely flips to something else. Like
hmm
it's
Yeah,
so bizarre.
he can't help himself. Like he could have changed the narrative and come out of rehab and just being a different person, but he clearly has not. Like when she asked if are you gonna sign the divorce papers, he's like, no, just because, and just being his usual self. So I'm glad they're getting divorced, but apparently they missed the date, so they're still not divorced. When she was on Watch What Happens Live, she said they both didn't like do things in time and they missed the date, so they're still married to this day, and that was a year ago. So
Whoa.
this is a long, dragged out thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I do feel like there's still some feelings there on Brittany's end. Like you could
Yeah.
even see it in that scene where she's crying because she was like, if I would have done it when you got out of rehab, like I just wouldn't have been able to. But he's just
hmm
just constantly blaming everything on her.
Yeah.
no accountability. Like he's just awful. He's awful. I like how
Mhm.
she was like, I noticed everything, his shiny face, his
Yeah.
veins,
Greasy, she was calling
his
it. He's got
greasy ass
greasy
face. Like,
pores, his
yeah,
greasy head. Yeah, she
yeah, like
was.
I notice everything about him now because he gives me the ick. But
Yeah, and I really hope that is how she feels. You know, like you said, it seems like she has some feelings and some disgust. So I'm sure if they had hooked up or hung out, Jax would have blasted that to the
for
world. So
sure.
yeah, I do think they are, have nothing to do with each other now. But until that divorce is official, I'm still gonna be wary. Like he's gonna
Yeah.
somehow reel her back in. So
No, I mean, a year is a good amount of time to be not
mhm,
living with somebody not in the household, and she's dating other people. So I do I think she's done.
yeah, I hope so. And then I guess the final fight was the Janet, Zach, Janet versus everyone, I guess we could say.
I don't even know what happened. Sheena was trying to ask about Jenna, and then Jason seemed a little drunk because he had a lot to say.
Yeah,
Zach was hella drunk, like
yeah.
hella drunk. Like Lawali was
Zach
like, "Guys,
was,
we're going two separate ways, drunky." Like I'm like, okay, Zach was drunk and fighting with Brittany.
mhm.
Kristen was everybody. I don't know. It was a shit show. I was like, what's even happening here? Like, what are they fighting about right now? Like,
I
Jenna
know. Yeah, yeah. I feel like we
and
should
then
talk to,
Jax and Danny were having their own little fight.
yes. Yeah, Jack, what did you think about that? I mean, I guess we already talked about it a little bit. I don't know why he's coming for Danny like that. I think just to take heat off of himself, and I don't think he really succeeded. Although, I do think we saw Nia be like that was on camera, so that was telling. But we have seen her do that a lot, so I wasn't
That was
surprised.
his point, right? Like what
Hmm.
she did was his exact point, but he
Hmm.
just can't communicate his point efficiently, and he gets so angry and he gets so irate that it really, like you said, it becomes like, who cares? Why does that matter? Like,
Hmm.
now it's like you're going too hard on him as opposed to just being like, hey guys, we are
Hmm.
all showing our lives. We're all, because I think in the beginning of the season, Brittany did the same thing, trying to tell them, but then she was drunk and it came
Hmm.
out in like this super emotional, like
Yeah.
over the top way. And then you kind of lose the plot. So, but I do
Hmm.
think like her being like, oh my God, there's a camera there. Like, you're never
Yeah.
going to beat the rumors that like you guys are protected and you guys do think you're better and you guys are trying to like hide a true story, which you guys need to let it out at this point because y'all are boring too. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I think the problem is for some reason the message, because Danny had stopped drinking for 3 weeks, and like the message they seem to be receiving is like Danny has a drinking problem, and then of course the whole cast is absolutely blackout drunk, and so it's like, you guys are drunk. Why are you picking at my drinking? But I don't. They're not trying to pick at his drinking. They're trying to pick at the hiding of his behavior when he's drinking, or just the hiding of their behavior in general. So the message has been like completely lost to where it's like he is now just shows up to a party, says he's not drinking, and everyone else is drunk. So it makes their point look so ridiculous. But they're still doing the hiding part. That's what they're trying to highlight. But it's coming across like they're getting mad at him for drinking, which makes no sense because they're all hammered. So
yeah, it literally no point. It was weird. And then Jax just was drunk
yeah.
and he's drinking and you're not supposed to be drinking and it was just a shit show because I don't even think that we got an answer with Janet and Kristen and why was that so
What do you think? I think he's upset that Brittany doesn't like come harder for Janet, but it's not Brittany's fight necessarily. And I understand her feeling put in the middle because she is friends with all of them. And I do also understand when it's like your best friend and you're have a big fight with someone, you want them to like cut that person off too, but they were already friends, so it's very like, who do you agree with? Do you think Brittany should go harder at Janet, or that's
I
too
think
much in the
I
middle?
I think that Brittany is who she is and that's
Mhm.
who she's been in every situation. Like, even when Jax acted an ass for all those years, she protected him. She never said anything to him. So I
Mhm.
feel like even when Zach and Janet are fighting, she doesn't really say anything to Zach. Like, she doesn't really stand up for people. That's not her thing. So
Yeah. Yeah,
you're
I
gonna
think
be her
that's
friend and take her for how she is, or you're not. But she's not the person that's gonna go at Janet. She's not the person that's gonna go at Zach or go at Kristen. That's just not how she is.
I agree. I think Zach's expecting like way too much of her. Like he knows who she is as a person, and for him to suddenly want her to be that like completely different person is asking too much. But I
I
do,
get the aspect of like how can you be friends with her and like why are you friends with her? How do you not see that she's a nasty person? Like I get that aspect and I get being annoyed and frustrated, but it seemed
mm,
like in this specific situation, like Zach wasn't even part of the discussion, right? Like it was
mm.
Kristen and Janet and Sheena. Kristen said she can handle her own, and like Zach just went off and was like, Brittany, what the F? Like, and I was like, I don't know if this is really her pig right now, but okay. Like,
Yeah, it did feel like he just wanted a bit of a moment, but
he was real drunk. He was real
yeah,
drunk. You see Benji trying to take his cup, and he's
yeah.
like, "Where's the
When
napkin?" Like,
when he drank Janet's wine when he was yelling at her, that was funny. He took her cup. Yeah, he kept it
drunken mess.
entertaining though. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a drunken mess and very unzen.
hmm Well, even though Jax is gone, he is at the reunion, sadly. So we do have to see him for 3 more episodes. So I think the reunion will be good. I hope that they do get more answers out of Nia and Danny about all of this hiding of stuff. But like I said, she is being a good wife. So I think at the end of the day, it's more important that they have a good marriage. And if she needs to keep them in check, then that's on her and their
But
marriage. And she
then
doesn't.
get off the show.
Yes, exactly. You can't have both. So if they want to keep this behavior hidden, they can't be on a reality show. It's just not fair to the other cast. So I think people would respect and relate if he does come forward and say he has a drinking problem and does get sober for next season. I think people, they're already so loved, even though they're hiding all of these issues that we can pretty much all see. So if they come forward with it and be like, yeah, Danny does have a drinking problem, and I was trying to hide that for him because I do want to protect him, people would really respect that. But
For sure. For
I don't
sure. I
know if they
agree.
will. But he's got 4 kids now. I don't think you can hide anything for much longer because I was wondering when Jack said, I call Nia to come pick him up at the bar. I'm like, she got 3 kids at home. How's she driving to pick him up anywhere? Like, do they have a live-in nanny or do the babies all have to come in the car? I was so lost. I'm like, I don't get it. Of all the people, send him in an Uber. Like, don't make her come down to the bar. Like, that's crazy. And then she said she
But
almost ran Jax over apparently. So I feel like we're missing a lot on the show off camera
yeah,
that
like what are we missing? That seems like
yeah.
good stuff. Let's see that.
Yes, they're clearly, I mean, Nia and Danny are smart, right? They keep all these crazy drunken nights off camera, but yeah, not fair to be on a reality show and hide all that. That's what we're here to see. The mess, the messiness, but
Yes. And I'm just telling you, if there's going to be a next season, I do not want to hear a peep about Jason's ring coming off, and I do not want to hear a peep about Danny groping up Jasmine. Because if
no.
I do, I'm going to scream because that is just, that was the entire narrative all season. They beat it. They beat it like a dead horse. Like they just,
Yeah.
it's done. It's done. I don't want to hear about it no more.
I agree. We all need to move on. So hopefully after the reunion, that's the last we ever hear about any of those topics.
Right.
So now should we get into Beyond the Villa, season
Yes.
1, episode 3? So what are you thinking of it? I felt like this episode got a lot better. I liked it more than the last few. It's interesting. It's kind of sad a little bit, like seeing all these after effects of fame on these people and that some of them are not handling it very well. I think we see them only online and we picture that they're just living it up. They're at these parties and traveling and making all this money,
Yeah.
and you're really seeing like a more real side to some of them are not
Yeah.
having a good time. So
Yeah. I do like that aspect. I think it's a very real aspect because it is I'm sure like people are not real about the glitz and the glamour. You just think that they're living these amazing lives. Like obviously you could
Mhm.
tell who's adjusting to it very well and who's not, you
Yeah.
know.
I kind
So
of feel like Leah and Miguel don't really want anything to do with most of these people. I feel like they're like in their happy bubble. They don't want to be going to the parties. They're just like they're there for the check and they're good with filming with some of them, like PPG, but they're like not really wanting to be around like
yeah.
Kayla and Aaron and the drama and all of that. So
Yeah, yeah. I
that
mean, I know Leah had a lot to say about Love Island and production and
mhm,
just how they made her look, and she wasn't a fan of it. And I think that Leah has always had money, so she's not really tripping on
mhm,
the check. But I'm sure all of the opportunities that have come her way since Love Island, I'm sure she's grateful for and have changed her life entirely. You
mhm.
know what I mean? But you're right. I think that them two would be happy if they were never on another show again and they just
Yeah.
ran their businesses and lived their lives and
Yeah, I almost feel like they did it for everyone else, which was really nice of them. Like I think they knew if they didn't do it, like it wouldn't be as successful and that everyone else was coming back. So I think because she is such good friends with like Janae and Serena, she didn't want to hold them back. So they
yeah.
did it, but yeah, I don't feel like they really want to be there showing their lives all that much, but they're
Yeah.
there. So it's nice. They
Yeah.
like they have such a good relationship. Like he seems like such a good guy, you know, compared to some of the guys
Yes.
like
And
that we've
I
seen
just
this
did
season.
not get that from him on Love Island. Like I got like F boy, like ruin your life, has a bunch of girls, and he just seems like such a sweetie pie. Like,
I thought he was an F boy at first when he came on, but after he started doing all the silly voices, I started to feel like he was kind of nerdy a little bit and in a good way,
I
like
mean, he's
Jeremiah.
best friends with Louis, and
I
Louis
know that's true.
an F boy. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They're two good looking lads or whatever they say.
Yeah.
And, just they
True.
were probably wreaking havoc out in the UK together. Like I can't even imagine,
No.
So
Yeah, they seem like she's obviously been good for him and vice versa. I think they're
they're very
such a
cute.
good, yeah,
Very
they are.
cute together. He's like, I love her. I love her
Hmm.
more each day. Like, I'm
Yeah.
just like, oh my God, this is just the sweetest thing
Right.
ever.
I know. Yeah, he comes across so well. Like I would never, if they ever end up breaking up, I would be shocked because it just seemed like so genuine. So it's hard to like
Yeah. Same with Serena and
imagine.
Cordell. Like, I would be
Yes.
shocked, you know?
The cat meeting did not go well. She's terrified of
She's
cats. I
really
feel
terrified, which
so
I guess I
bad.
don't understand because I'm not. I mean, I know people that are scared of cats or scared of dogs, but to that extent, like, yeah, she genuinely
She
seemed.
called it Slinky. Like, what's with its slinky body?
Yeah,
She-
cats are strange and you never know what they're gonna do. You can't
Mm,
really read their body language, so I get it. Like this cat could just pounce on me and
mhm.
attack. Like,
Yes, that sometimes they have like the sweetest little dispositions, and some of them are just like feral. Like this cat seemed chill though. Like I think
yeah,
she's obviously been traumatized by her previous cat experiences. So I
yeah,
thought it was like, I don't really like cats, but then seeing her with it, I was like, oh no, like this is gonna be really hard for her to get over.
yeah. But that's nice that she's trying, you
I
know?
feel like cats sense that though, you know, like they know if you're scared of them and then they like go around you even more. They're like they always mess with the person that like wants the least to do with them. They're just smart like that. So,
Yeah, that's so
mhm.
funny. Yeah.
What did you think about messy Kendall in this episode? He up to his
I just
old
feel like
tricks.
it's so on brand for Kendall, and I guess that's
Hmm.
the role he's gonna take on this is, he's just gonna be messy and he's just gonna
Hmm.
be messy boots. Like he was
Yeah.
messy boots in the villa, he's messy boots now.
I felt like Kaylor was kind of being silly this episode, though, with the Montana boy. Like, I think if you make out with someone at Coachella, like, that's all it is, a hookup. Like, you cannot expect, especially this guy, he's trouble. He's on TikTok dancing around, singing every day. Like, she seemed to expect something from him, and I think that was a reach. Like, the text messages she shared, she unsent one. I don't know what it said. I wonder what it said because I
Yeah,
don't know.
and
You can't
like, why are
share.
you talking to? This is the same guy that you were like, oh, I'm seeing someone, or like, are you seeing someone, or did you hook up with somebody like at
Yeah.
state or at Coachella? Like, I just,
Yeah, it seems like it was just like a one-time hookup. So I don't know. Then she saw him at Stagecoach and he was not like as friendly, but yeah, he's a famous guy at Stagecoach. Like you're not gonna be getting any exclusivity from him. So I feel bad for her. It's probably hard to go from Love Island where you make a connection and you like fall in love and you're all about each other 24/7 to like out in the real world in LA with like so many famous girls and guys and so many options. Like you're not gonna get that connection like that again. So
of the group, who do you feel like is like lives for the fame and adjusting to the fame
Kendall.
and the influencer life like fully, and then who is like having trouble with it?
I think obviously Aaron's having trouble, which is sad to see. That's so sad that people went after his mom, like that people are going
People are
after people's parents. That's
savage.
just gross.
People are
Yeah.
savage. And I think the toxic fan behavior started last year and it just went over the top this year. But
Yeah.
you can, yeah, he's not doing good. I do hope that this show gives him a redemption
hmm
and
And I
people
think,
give him grace and it turns it around for him. You know, I'm sure
yeah.
his mom was like, "Oh my God, why would you ever go on TV ever again?" You know, but I do think like he's a lot more mellow. He's a lot
hmm
more calm, level-headed, like definitely seems like he's working on his mental health and like
Yeah.
getting into a better headspace and like hopefully uh people are I feel like there's no reason to be mean to him this time
Yeah.
around. Like I feel like he's genuinely you could visibly see that he is remorseful, regretful, like sorry about what he did, won't ever do it again, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I do keep wondering, like, because he keeps saying, like, he's not slept with anyone since Kayla. He's not even talking to any girls. I keep waiting for girls to come forward being like, that's not true, because I don't, part of me feels like this is obviously genuine and you can tell that he's not really the same as he was before. But I don't know if he's just kind of playing it up a little bit, being like, I've not talked to any girls for all this time, because that is a little hard to believe. I think there was a point last episode when he was talking to someone and maybe it was Kendall said to Liv, like, oh, Aaron's talking to a girl. She's like, don't act like that's like a rare occurrence or something. Like, I think it maybe is being played up a little bit on camera because he needs a redemption really bad. I know Kaylor said she's not watching it. And like, I don't know if she's gone off social media, but she's like, said she was going to Europe this summer and like not going to watch. So I think her edit she knows is not going to be so good. Maybe because
When did they film this? They filmed this not
it was
long ago.
back in April.
Yeah, I'm like a few months
Yeah.
ago.
I know they keep calling it summertime, but it was like back in April, but close enough. It's airing in the summer, so
Yeah,
same
I'm like,
thing.
yeah, they definitely filmed it a few months ago because a friend of mine was like, "Do you know this Beyond the Villa show?" Because when Janae and Kenny, when they were bowling at
hmm
Pinstripes, I guess my friend was there bowling that day,
Oh,
and they
nice.
made them sign waivers because
Ah,
they were there filming. And I was like, "When was that?" And he was like,
mhm.
2 or 3 months ago. So I was like, "Oh,
Oh, interesting. Yeah, the texts from Kaylor were April, and then obviously Coachella, Stagecoach is all like mid-April. So
yeah."
yeah, so not very long ago. So I mean, we saw at the end of the episode, Kaylor and Aaron might go on a date. So do
No,
you
there
think?
are definitely some feelings there. It feels like they're going to
Yeah.
rekindle
And I
something.
mean that I think that would be like the best redemption, obviously, for Aaron is if they work it out. But then again, that's a scary place to be because what if something happens again? But I don't think it's not the same as when you're on the show and you cheat or whatever, whatever he did,
Yeah.
hooked
Yeah,
up.
but it
People
seemed
won't have the
like
same reaction if they break up
Aaron was
again.
saying that like Kaylor before the reunion was so open to forgiving him, and
hmm
then Liv came in and her tune changed. So that's what's like interesting. It's like she was so open to forgiving me, and like we had these great days in New York together. I think we had even seen before the reunion, Kaylor still had Aaron on her phone
Yeah.
screen. And then it's like, so for her to change her tune at the reunion because Liv was there hyping her up. I do see how Aaron's like really confused,
Yeah.
like I thought we were good,
Yeah, I do definitely think Liv probably got in Kayla's head a little and was like, let's, you're gonna be so much more famous and loved if you get rid of Aaron, right? People really want to see you cut him off because he treated you badly. If you stay with him, you're not gonna have that respect from everybody. So
I mean, which is true. It's,
yeah.
I mean, valid, but also I think again, like we've seen Cordell like really mess up on Love Island and he was able to redeem himself.
Yeah, I won't be surprised if by the end of the series they're back together and then they're together right now in Europe hanging out. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But
Let's see. I mean, I think that that would be, I mean, it did seem like there was a lot of feelings there on both ends, and I could see Aaron being really confused because he didn't think it was over.
mhm,
And then Liv kind of influenced Kaylor's decision. Kaylor definitely seems like there's still some interest there.
mhm.
Aaron seems like it too, but he's just a little reluctant. What did you
Yeah,
think of Janae and Kenny this episode?
I thought they were cute. I think they're a good match because he's very low key, chill, casual, and she kind of
Yeah.
she gives him a little life, like
Yeah.
personality. So,
Yeah, she does. She's such a bad bitch, and he's
mhm,
like so
yeah,
like kind of like shy and reserved. She like
yeah,
shows up to the party in a full leather dress, and he's like, I
yeah.
can't
He's
even sneakers. But
he's
he seems
very
like
low
another
key.
one that's having a hard time adjusting to the life.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think it necessarily is what he wants as much,
Yeah.
but I think he likes her a lot, so he's trying to make it work. But yeah, I don't know if that would be his first choice to do all of this. But
No, it
like he
seems
said,
like he's gonna go back to his career for sure at some point.
mhm,
What do you think about, I guess Aaron was talking a little bit of shit in this part, saying that Janae has him on a leash.
yeah. I mean, I don't think it's like that. I think he is so low key, like he needs someone like that, right? Like I think they're a good match. I don't think she has him on a leash, but she definitely is like driving the bus, driving the boat of the
Yes.
relationship. So, but I don't know. Aaron, I think that's why I was like, I don't know how authentic all of this persona he has on right now because did you see that live he did where he was like talking about the producer? They did,
No.
oh yeah, they all did like a live, and the producer that Leah doesn't like, her name's Kelly, the one that she won't work with.
Okay.
Aaron on this, it was like Janae and someone else and Aaron on the live right before the Beyond the Villa started, and he was like calling out this producer, like Kelly, like don't like her, or he was trash talking her. So
So
yeah,
now
and I
Leah
don't know
doesn't
why.
like her and Aaron. Why don't they like her?
Yeah, I don't know. They just like really detest her from their experience working with her. So I don't know what Aaron's beef is. If apparently whoever was working on Love Island, the producers aren't working on Beyond the Villa, so I don't think this Kelly girl is on the show. So Aaron's beef with her must be from Love Island. I don't know what she did to him though. Like I don't know if she told him to kiss Daniela. I don't know, but he doesn't like her either. So yeah, I mean he was on the live like trash talking a producer. So I'm just thinking if you really are like a shell of yourself and not wanting to be in the drama, you probably wouldn't be on a live being like talking trash about people or saying what he said about Kenny. So he's a little
Yeah,
messy too.
it's messy, and I'm happy to see him. Like I would rather see that than to see what we're seeing now and him like looking and feeling so sad. Like
Hmm.
because we move on fast, right? Like
Yeah.
Aaron could have had a redemption like Cordell did, and I think that he can still have a redemption and he doesn't have to do it by being like, oh, I'm like
Yeah.
Eeyore, he kind of is like giving Eeyore.
Hmm.
Um, but I don't know. I'm enjoying, I guess, like you said, I'm enjoying this. We didn't see much of Serena and Cordell this episode. We didn't see much of Miguel and Leah, except she's having a scare. She's having like a
Yeah.
cancer scare. So that's her storyline right now. Kendall's messy boots. So at least he's bringing the drama. Liv and
Hmm.
Kaylor made up, but not really. But Kaylor needs to get over it because we're not going to have this fight happening all season either.
No.
But I'm interested to see where it goes, I guess. How many episodes is it supposed to be?
I think it's like 8 or 9. Like it's
Okay.
still quite a
I
few.
think
So
eight. 8 is okay. That would mean we're on episode 4, which means we're halfway through. I think
Yeah.
if they tried to make it any longer than 8, we would have some difficulties. But I
Yeah.
feel like eight is good.
Yeah, and I like that they're adding like that Aaron and Kayla are talking. Like I did feel like it was missing a bit from the last episode. There isn't any like romance type drama, which is what us Love Island fans like. So now that they're more coming back together, it does give us like a little bit something more to be interested in. Because I do love all the other couples, but they're all happy, so they're all hanging out fine. Their biggest problem is a cat, so it's nice
Yeah.
to see them, but it's like not
Yeah.
really entertainment, right? But
Yeah,
it is good to see them all back together. So,
for
do you
sure.
think are they going to do this for season 7 too? Do you think?
I don't know. I think this is like the pilot, right? To
Yeah.
see if it goes well and if this is something they want to do every season.
Mhm.
I do think that this season's cast will be like really dramatic, especially because we didn't have a lot of solid romantic couples in the
Yeah.
end. But I think that they should maybe put them in a house, like summer house,
Yeah, I
you get
agree.
more drama that way. So I think
Yeah.
that would be cool. If they do it next season, to just put
Mhm.
them all in a house.
Yeah, I agree. I would like to see that. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
so we got a perfect match starting next week. So we're going to do a special little tea episode next week.
Yeah.
And obviously, we'll be back to talk about the next episode of Beyond the Villa and our Bravo days. We're doing Real Housewives of Miami, Orange County, the Valley. We got a lot going on. So,
Lots.
yes, check out our other episodes if you haven't yet, and don't forget to like and subscribe. We're almost getting close to 5,000 subscribers. I think we're like 4.4. So, if you don't subscribe, subscribe. And thank you so much for listening. You got anything else to add?
Nope. We'll see you soon. I was
Yeah.
gonna call everyone B words, but we're
Oh,
trying not to get an explicit rating.
we're keeping it clean.
Butterflies. We'll see you
We'll,
later, butterflies.
we'll see you later, butterflies.